It was good. I didn't play in the summer league, so it was just a lot of here's KJ, call me Sprinkles. But it was good. It was just working hard, staying here in the gym, working my body, just listening and growing. So it was good.
A lot of Spurs fans love your fashion, just your fashion sense. Do you have your day-to-day outfits planned yet?
No, I don't really. I try not to plan stuff. I just go with the flow and just see what happens.
What have you worked on in the off-season just to bring in this new season with your game?
Yeah, I think just staying versatile, working on my shot, of course, and just learning the way we play.
I asked you draft night if you were thinking about a Fiesta hair, and you certainly delivered.
Yep.
How long has it been like that? And have you ever done three colors at the same time?
No, this is the first time. I did it maybe like a week ago now, and I just on Instagram everyone was telling me to do it, so I was like, why not? Let's do it.
Do you have any tips for dyeing your hair without like frying your scalp? I did it once. And I got like a little thing going on.
Personally, I just put the bleach in,
You do it
keep it.
yourself.
Sometimes I just have my barber do it, but I just use the bleach, then I shampoo and condition it, keep it healthy, and then put the dye in. So I think it's pretty easy.
You gotta ask why Keldon calls you Sprinkles, I guess.
I didn't even know what sprinkles meant, and then someone told me it was the like the ice cream topping.
Oh, so it's the hair.
So yeah, it's the hair, I guess. Yeah, whatever.
What's your thoughts on your first NBA Media Day experience and going place to place
Yeah,
and all that stuff?
it's pretty cool. First one in the books. I think it's exciting. I think it hasn't really hit yet. I think it will really hit that I'm in the NBA when the first game comes up. But I think it's been exciting.
In your first few, open gyms, practices with all your teammates, what is that like being in front of all NBA players and just working on your game and adjusting to the size and the skill of the pace?
Yeah, it's been good. Of course, it's an adjustment, so it's been a little different than college or European basketball. But I think overall it's been positive, and I think all of us have a lot of energy, and we all want to grow and become better. So I think it's the perfect environment for me.
The fact that you're one of almost a handful of rookies try to make the team and try to make a contribution, does that make the transition a little bit easier for you that you're part of a team that's kind of rebuilding?
Yeah, I think definitely that's a factor that helps. Being around people who are in the same boat as you, people who want to grow as well. I think that helps, and like we all say, it's a process. So I think having people who are in the same process is going to make it a lot easier.
You said, I think right after you were drafted, you said that DeJounte texted you, kind of welcoming you to the team. What was it like seeing the star on the team text you, and then a couple days later, he's been traded? What were those few days like for you and the other rookies?
Yeah, I think it just hits us. In the end of the day, it's always going to be a business, and you never know what's going to happen. Things you can't control. So it's just staying on your craft and you know stay focused. I think that's just really what it showed me.
Have you ever seen any Dennis Rodman clips?
Oh yeah, for sure. I always sometimes just play on YouTube highlights and stuff like that. So
Were you aware that he wore that number before you?
yeah, I was definitely aware.
How would you describe? He was kind of a pest
Yeah,
to opponents. Opponents didn't like playing against him.
definitely.
Do you think you have some of that to your game?
I think so. I think there will be the times where people won't like me, but I think that's just the way basketball is played. So I think definitely been watching Dennis Rodman.
Before the draft, you talked a bit about feeling like you can make an impact, right away at the NBA level. Just given the type of player you are, the way you like to defend. Looking at the way the team is constructed now and all the opportunities, how excited are you for, because other years you would come into a Spurs team and be on the depth chart behind a lot of different
Yeah.
people, and now there's a lot of, opportunities for you to go through that. What does that mean?
I think it's really exciting, and it's an opportunity that I need to work hard for. It's not just gonna happen, but I think there's definitely that opportunity, and people see stuff in me, and I see stuff in myself. So I think hopefully it would be a good opportunity to see. So yeah.
And have you gotten to know Coach Pop a little bit more personally? What's that early relationship like?
Yeah, I think it's been good. We've talked a couple times, few times, and I think he's excited to, coach me, and I'm very excited to, be coached by the best coach ever. So I think it's gonna be great.
Normally, rookies draft picks spend a lot of time in Austin. Pop indicated that that might be the case. You ready? You throwing into the fire right away?
Am I ready? Yeah, always. I think the motto is stay ready. I think of course there's gonna be challenges. It's not always gonna go well, but I think I'm ready. I think that's the best way to learn. So I can't wait. You good? Thank you.